Month lease for 36 months with accrued credit. 7,500 miles per year, 6,800 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26. See dealer for details.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. This is 93.7 The Ticket. Man, I got to start my show off like always. A big shout out to Matt Warner and Empire Fencing out in Waverly, Nebraska. Man, you guys keep doing big things and just know I'm proud of you. Positive mental attitude tip of the week. This is going to be a real tough one for a lot of people because this is even a little tough for me. But what I try to do on a daily basis is I basically try to be grateful. Be grateful for everything you do have versus complaining about what you don't have. Complaining is not going to make it happen. You got to do what you got to do to make it happen. Being positive, it may not solve all your problems, but I just think it's the way of a more productive way to deal with life. So my positive mental attitude tip of the week is be grateful and thankful for everything that you have. And do your best to not complain about what you don't have. Because whether you want to believe this or not, there's probably somebody out there that would love to have what you do have. And you're complaining about what you don't have. If that makes any sense. So just think about it. I mean, I know there's a lot of adversity going on. I get it. I mean, I'm not naive. I just don't think it's something that I can control. So when things are going bad for you, instead of being upset and stuff, I just think that's more productive, if it's possible, to just say, you know what, control how you react to things that you don't like. Because getting upset and yelling and complaining and stressed, that really doesn't hurt anybody but you. So that's my positive mental attitude tip of the week. I just want everybody to know, man, that I am not naive. I know there's stuff that happens in our day-to-day lives that don't always go the way we think they should go. But I just encourage everybody to try to be positive and find something to be happy about. Just think it's a more productive way to deal with things. You know, I got a guest tonight, and it's like a little brother to me, man. And we've gotten to be really close, and I'm just honored that he took some time out to be a guest on the show tonight. So I'm just going to welcome him in. We're just going to see what's been happening with him. I haven't talked to him in a while, and he was on the show before, but it's been a while. So Andre Allen, welcome to the show, man. Is Andre there? Hello?
Looks like Andre might have frozen. He'll probably try to get himself back in.
Okay. Well, we'll just, when he gets in there, let us know so we can get him on. But again, I really, really, really am very excited about having Andre on because he's a good dude. He's a positive guy. And being positive it's a full-time job, and Andre knows that as well as I do. Do we have Andre back?
Can we hear you, Andre?
Oh, man, where's Andre at? Is he hiding?
I'm here, brother.
There he is.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was like, wait a minute. I thought he was somewhere in the neighborhood. How you doing, young man?
Hey, brother,
you doing all right?
Highly favored. How my brother doing?
Oh, man, it's all good. I can't
brother,
complain.
All you do. Take one step.
Andre, I tried complaining. Nobody didn't want to hear it, so I quit doing it.
You know, I don't think complaining gets us anywhere nowadays, brother. To be honest.
No. It's like -8 and a headache. There's just nothing positive coming from it. What's been going on with you, Andre? Won't you give my audience give us the I'm not gonna say the Cliff Notes version. I'm just gonna say give us a brief let me see how to word this. Give us a brief take on just your upbringing. Where are you from?
I am from a small town in Itta Mississippi.
In
And
Mississippi.
most folks don't know where that is. Mississippi. I'm the SIP. I'm from the SIP.
You
And
from the SIP? Okay.
the SIP.
What's
And
that?
I'm from a town where most folks understand that guy, Jerry Rice.
Yes.
So Jerry Rice was the king of the king back at Mississippi Valley State, where I grew up at. And so most folks didn't know him from here to hell of beans, but at the same time, those hills back where I'm from, I knew exactly who Jerry Rice was. I moved to Iowa when I was 12 years old. 12 years old when I moved to Iowa.
Okay.
And so, I've been in Iowa since then. My three boys have, born here, grew up here, went to college here. And so, now they're enjoying their lives, but that's what I do. I
well, you
came back to
played
take care of my boys, and now I got her.
But didn't you play a little ball too in your day?
I'm okay. I'm decent. I was decent in the day.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
I was a linebacker.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
I stay modest with it. I stay modest. I was a little 6'2", 100 and well, no, I was 182 pounds soaking wet when I went to UNI. And every college wanted me to play strong safety, which I should have played strong safety. But I was a cornerback 3 years in high school, running back, punt return, kickoff return. And they came to me going into my senior year and said, "Hey, we need you to play a different position. And I'm open to being a team player. What do you need me to do? What do you need me to do?" And so I listened, and they came and said, "We want you to switch to linebacker." I looked at them and I said, "Who, me?" I said, "Look here, I can appreciate and don't question your judgment when it comes to the coaching, but you trying to put me, little bitty me, at linebacker is not a good idea." And they said, "Just give it a try. Just give it a try." And so I, reluctantly, but I did it because I'm a team player. And so I went on and started outside linebacker and was very, very good at it. I was quicker than those linemen. I think it was more because of fear, more than anything, because I couldn't have those little bitty dudes, those big old dudes grabbing a hold of me, my little bitty self. And so I was very quick. I was what they call back in our days the tweener, at a linebacker at 80 some pounds. And UNI, out of all the Division I schools, UNI was the only school who told me I can play linebacker.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so I didn't ask them that. They had, that's when they had Bryce Pop.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
Did we lose it? You still there? Hey, Dre is there? Is he there?
Yeah, I think he's just a little delayed.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Well, listen, I want you to, since we kind of got some, we got a little delay between us. I just want you to share with us your college and your professional career, if you don't mind.
I was let's just say I was a little tweener when I got to UNI, and I, they let us select our numbers. I didn't know anything about how the game worked. My family was, I didn't think was very athletic at all back in Itta. And so I picked number 62, thinking I'm a red shirt. It don't matter. And so therefore I picked number 62, and lo and behold, coaches up back before they came up with all the digital boards nowadays. He had the chalk, and he was writing on the board the starting lineup, and he got to the right outside linebacker, and he put number 62. And I'm in the back, way in the back, laying up against the wall, thinking I'm just going to just chill and just watch everybody else. And lo and behold, he had number 62 up there, and I started against Eastern Illinois, my very first collegiate college game, and became very good at it. And I was 3-time All-American. I was 2-time defensive player. So it was very, very refreshing to be able to play and do what I had did at the collegiate level. I'm in the Hall of Fame at UNI. I'm in the all-decade team, with, the likes of, let's say, who was all there when I was there on the all-decade team. You had, oh my goodness, you had Brian Cox on the all-decade team. Everybody knows Brian from Western Illinois. Rodney Harris, Western Illinois. Oh my goodness. There was a lot of Kurt Warner, obviously me and Kurt played together at UNI. And then let's see. There was a plethora of people that had come through the Gateway Conference and played at a very, very high level. Bryce Pop, who went to Green Bay, Defensive Player of the Year. Kenny Shedd, Oakland Raiders. James Jones played for the Cleveland Browns. He was a D lineman, D tackle. He was a linebacker in college, and then they moved him to D line, and then he was one of the first ones, outside of Refrigerator Perry that started the whole, D lineman playing fullback and scoring touchdowns. And so a lot of those guys, I learned a lot from them, because as they was going to the NFL, they were teaching me, a lot of those skill sets that are necessary to do what it took to play the collegiate game, and then, potentially move on to the next level, where I went to Philly as a free agent. Came in with Brian Cox, Bobby Taylor, Notre Dame, Bear Brooks, Kansas State. Just a lot of good people. Randall Cunningham was there, backed up by Rodney Peete, then Ty Detmer, then Coy Detmer. So it was just a plethora of people that, I had the opportunity to be able to play with at a very, very high level in the NFL. And then I went to Canada, played in Winnipeg and Montreal, and then NFL Europe, which was the World League when I played in London.
Okay.
So I had a very good career, and started having kids, and felt like it was my calling to get back home to show them how to be men, because I knew what it felt like not to have my father there with me. And so I didn't want my boys to go through what I felt like when I was growing up as a young man, and not being able to express myself because my father wasn't there. And so I wanted to be that dad, to show my kids there was more than life than just sports. And my presence is going to be more important than anything else.
Well, man, I will say this, Dre, you had a very, very successful career. And I'm pretty sure, I've never got a chance to meet your boys, but from what little I've seen on social media and from what I've found out from just talking to you, they seem to be very productive. So I would say mission accomplished on that end too. Proud of you, man. Really am.
Thank you. It's been a journey.
Yeah, well, you know what though, but that's this thing called life, and that's a little something I just want to touch on too. Is I want people to understand that just because things aren't going the way you think they should go, you still gotta get up and show up and do what you're supposed to do on a day-to-day basis, and that's not an easy task. But that's why I try to encourage people to stay positive and try to stay focused on what they can control. Because worrying about things you can't control, I just think is pointless.
It's a recipe for disaster.
Correct. And that's the part I'm trying to I'm trying to encourage as many people as I can. And here's another thing that's real important too. Being real. When you're real, there's not a lot of pats on the back that comes with being real. So you just do it because it's in you.
Mhm.
And I think that's pretty much what I see when it comes to Andre Allen. You just do what you got to do, and you take care of your business. And some of these things are just out of your control, and you don't try your best not to focus on that.
Well, it's called being authentic, and
Correct.
I think that's one thing I have tried to instill in not only myself but in my kids, and as well as my granddaughter now, and then my future granddaughter who's coming here in a couple of months. So Pawpaw is that guy who, I want to instill that you got to be you. You can't be somebody else because they've already been taken. You got to be
Right.
you. You got to blaze your own trails. When my kids are growing up, I should teach them that at some point that light's going to go off. When they flip that switch down to off, your career is over with. Then what do you have? What legacy are you going to be able to leave for your children and your children's children, your grandkids? Because when they look back, I want my kids to look at me and go, my dad might not have gave me everything that I wanted, but he gave me what I needed.
Yeah.
And I love that difference.
Well, Dre, like I said, man, I'm one of those type of people. I like to give flowers to people while they can acknowledge it, and I just want to let you know in advance, man, I really, really respect you and I appreciate you, because a lot of times, man, we as men, we're not quick to give other men props. It's more like a competition or something is what I see. Instead of encouraging someone that's doing something positive, it's like, I don't know. I guess people don't. That's not easy for men to do, but for me, it's not hard at all.
Right.
Because, see, I want to see you do well. I want to see everybody do well, because if everybody's doing well, then that's extra inspiration for me to keep doing what I do.
Absolutely.
So I respect what you're doing, man, and I just want you to know that publicly that I'm proud of you, because a lot of times, like I say, man to man, we're not good at that. We're just not.
Well, I want to give you your flowers as well, brother. I mean, your journey hasn't been easy, and you haven't given up. We all fall down, but we get back up. 7 times 7, is what it says. And so you got to keep on keeping on. You got to keep on believing in yourself and surrounding yourself with people that are picking you up and not knocking you down. Because at the end of the day, your soul is the only thing you have. And we only live once. And so you might as well do the best you can while you're here. We're not getting any younger. The past is the past. Let the past be bygones, and figure out what you need to do to get to the next step in life. And figure out those friends, those influences, because you are who you hang out with. And so if you hang around people that are negative all the time, you hang around people that don't have things that are, being productive for other people and picking and lifting each other up, you're not going to be successful. You're going to be just as bad as they are, if not worse.
Well, I'm going to say thank you for that, man, because to be honest with you, something that you already know, but I say it all the time, is one of my Rickyisms. My quit button broke. I can't quit. I just refuse to quit. I know things ain't always perfect, but you know what? Every day that I'm blessed to see, I get up and dust myself off, and I do the best that I can. I'm not in competition with no one. I'm in competition with Ricky, and I do a lot of positive self-talk. I give myself credit for things like simple things. Like, first of all, I thank God for everything, but I also give Ricky credit for not giving up, because I've made so many bad decisions in my lifetime. It would have probably been justified in most cases that I just say, oh man, I've already screwed this thing up, so I'm just going to say, forget it. But I refuse to do that. I talk positivity over my life, and it makes it easier for me to talk positive over others' life.
Speak it into existence.
Correct.
Positive self voices speaking to yourself, because I think, to be honest, I think as Black males, we have a propensity, especially the older generation. We were raised on that, you fall down, get back up, boy. Don't you cry. There's no crying in sports.
Right.
And so that is one of those things where I did not want my boys to grow up. You're not weak because you cry. You're not weak because you show emotions. You're strong, son. I mean,
Right.
Pops loves you. I
Right.
kiss them on the forehead. They look at me when they was younger. I'm like, no. I'm gonna kiss you. I'm gonna show you that it's okay to show your feelings, to show your emotions. You're not weak. You're strong. You are a strong young man. And as long as you have a father sitting here telling you that, you don't have to believe anybody else. You believe me, what I tell you. I'm the one gonna give you the information before you get out there in the streets. Because if you get out there in the streets and I don't tell you, you're gonna look at me crazy and crooked eyes.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to them. You're gonna go to
Right.
them before you come to me. I want you to come to me every single day before you even get yourself into some trouble. I want you to understand that I am your father, and your father is here for you, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm here
Right.
for you, period. And I'm gonna talk that positiveness into you every single day until it sticks into your head, till you understand. You tell yourself, I can't go play your games for you. I can't play your sports for you. I can't do your homework for you, but I can help you, give you the tools and the foundation to go do those things that need to get done. So you have to believe in yourself that you can do it. And I know you can do it, and you're going to do it. And so now I just sit back with my hands on my head like, oh, thank you, Jesus, for helping me get my boys where they are in life.
Like I say, Dre, I just think it's really important, man, that if people don't get anything from what we're just discussing, look at it from this perspective: positive self-talk.
Mhm.
Never forget positive self-talk, because sometimes there's not going to be some people around trying to lift you up. So you got to lift yourself up. And there's nothing wrong with giving yourself credit. I mean, I think if I remember correctly, self-preservation is the first law of nature. I can't make anyone else happy if I'm mad.
That's correct.
And that's kind of the basis or the foundation on why I do so much self-talk, positive self-talk.
Mhm.
I just think it's important. I believe that with all my heart. Now, positive self-talk may not fix all your problems, but it won't make it worse.
Right.
You know what I mean? It won't make it worse. So
Well, if you got that positive self-image, you by yourself, more times than not, you're going to be more successful, because whatever people say out there in the world, it's not going to bother you. Take, for
Right.
instance, sports. Okay. What
Right.
did we do to become so good at what we did? Because once we got into the other opponent's head, guess what? We had them beat. No matter how athletic or more athletic they might have been than us,
Yeah.
I beat you in the mind first. So if you can't attack my mind, I'm going to win
Every time.
every time.
Every time.
So that was the thing that you look at Michael Jordan, all those guys. I mean, I would sit there and I would sit in a dark closet when I was in college, because I learned that by reading Michael Jordan's book and Lawrence Taylor books. Michael Jordan, before all of his games, he would sit in a dark closet and he would just sit there and he would play the game in his head. He would play the game in his head, what he would do, what he would say, how he would act, how he would feel. And he would go out and he wouldn't even know he's doing those moves that he was doing in the game, but he was doing them because he played it in his mind first. That old saying, I think it was an old Junction commercial back in the day on Sesame Street or something, where it said the mind's a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah.
So I mean, I look at the mind and all the things that you put in between these ears, because you could take everything in this world away from me, but what you can't take away from me is what Drake put in his noggins in between these ears.
I agree with that. Look, we're going to take a quick break. And we're going to come back. Don't y'all go anywhere. This is 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Get You Happy on Hour.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for $199 per month.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1007055. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with accrued credit. 7,500 miles per year. 6,800 to assignee. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Plus take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26. See dealer for details.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Man, fuck, we got anybody checking out the show, man?
Yeah, we've got a few comments here from Chris Kalarvich. Says, two of the realest, an all-time great Husker and Panther. Great to see you both on the same show.
I believe Chris played with both of your sons, Andre.
Yeah, old Chris. I remember Chris back in the days, you know.
He's
those
a good
late 19.
And I really like Chris because he, you know, to me, he's a good example of what we're talking. We get I get a chance to visit with him when he does his show on Sunday. And, you know, he understands those very concepts that we're talking about being productive and being positive, because there's just not a lot of people, man. I mean, out here trying to encourage people. You know, that's kind of rare. And see, that's not popular because it doesn't. If you're a social media person, it doesn't get you the clicks or whatever, the views maybe that negative gets. But you know, that's okay. I'd rather get less clicks and help someone than to get a ton of clicks and hurt people. If that makes sense. Chris understands that, and we've had those talks before. So, Chris, just know, man, it's a big shout out to you, and I appreciate you checking out the show. I also appreciate the fact, man, that you're, in my mind, you're a youngster that will listen. That's important. I mean, a lot of times, younger generations, they don't want to listen to older generations because they feel like it's not something that can be valuable. But what a lot of times people don't understand is, not always, but a lot of times older people have what they call hindsight. And they can give you advice on things that you may face in the future that you didn't even see coming. And you'll be a little better equipped to deal with them.
I have to agree. I have to second that motion because I look at you as my big brother, you know. And the thing about it is I accept all that wisdom and knowledge of our seniors, you know, AJ, my oldest. Chris probably knows very well. He calls me senior because he's AJ. He's Andre John Allen. I'm Andre Greg Allen. He still calls me senior though. You know,
okay.
You know, I respect that when young folks, they listen, you know, wholeheartedly to the advice that we give them, and not, you know, listening to speak, but they're listening to hear and understand and insert that power that we have given them, that information that we have given them to help them become better young people in this life. You know, we don't want them to make the same mistakes that we've made in this world. And so we want those young people to understand that I don't want to knock you down. And I think you said it earlier. I want to pick you up, to bring you along, to help you get to that next level in life where you want to get to be very successful. And so that's what I love about these young people nowadays, especially, you know, the kids that are in our arenas and around us, our own kids. You know, we watch them and it's just, you know, we smile because they are taking the nuggets. You know, they might not have understood it when we said it to them, but now they're taking it and they're living it out.
You know, that's important, man, because like I said, I get it. I know, I mean, and I admit this a lot, especially when I go around speaking. I always let the youth know that they're smarter than me. Okay. I get it. I'm not challenging that. But my challenge usually is, are you wiser than me? So, and I think wisdom sometimes comes from experience. I mean, if I'd have knew some of the stuff then that I know now, I probably would have made different choices. But the fact that I got another chance at this thing called life, I feel like as many people as I can help not make the choices that I made, I just think it's a benefit all the way around because there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of adversity. There's a lot of stuff that everybody's having to deal with, you know. And here's something that I give our youth credit for. I'm really glad that when I was coming through high school and college that we didn't have social media and didn't have cell phones. Because, man, if we'd have had social media and cell phone, I probably never would have left Greenville, Texas. Because I was doing things that probably would have prevented me from advancing and getting the opportunities that I did get, like a full ride scholarship to Nebraska and an opportunity to play on a professional level. I don't know that I would have made it. So I have to give the youth credit, the ones that can navigate social media and all the distractions that they have to still be productive, and focus on what they need to focus on, because they have way more distractions, I feel, than I had.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at social media and you look at a lot of things that go along with that. And these kids are acting out a lot of the things that they're doing and saying behind the keyboard. And it's not very productive because those kids are not getting outside to smell fresh air, to be around people. They're learning about people via keyboards and screens.
Right.
And so it is imperative that, I think, from a parent and a wannabe athlete standpoint, a video game is not going to teach you how to be a great athlete.
No, you might have some great hand and eye coordination.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I think, but as far as the physical aspect of it, I mean, it's really hard to substitute hard work. It's just hard. That's a hard thing to sell. I mean, I always look at, sports like, even though I wasn't the most dedicated athlete, but I was outside, like you said. I was outside and I was getting it in, whether it was sandlot or just being out and working on, hanging out with my buddies. But all my buddies like sports. So I just think, nothing against video games. I know they have their place in our society, and I'm not against it, but it's kind of hard to substitute, hard work for, through a video game.
So shall I ask you, Brother Ricky, when you was a children's, they're not children, they're children.
Yeah, children's. I got you.
When you was a children's, and when those lights came on in the morning, that sun was rising, where was you at?
Oh, we getting up.
And you was getting up after
yeah.
your chores were done. You get up, you getting out of the house. But when those lights come back on, them street lights come on.
Oh, we back in the house.
You best be back in that house. You best be back up in that house, because I'm telling you, mama get out there, come screaming talking about the food ready, and you ain't nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
One, you ain't gonna get no food. You're gonna get in a lot of trouble by the time you get there, and you'll go to bed hungry.
Absolutely. Something I think about too is when you said getting outside. Every now and then, when in my just daily travels, when I am outside, in the summertime, I don't see a lot of kids outside playing. I don't know if that's just, maybe I'm not going in the right areas, but it seems like what I can remember from growing up was there was always a group of kids at a school playing basketball or in an open field playing, sports or something. I don't see a lot of kids outside. I mean, every now and then I'll see them like maybe riding bicycles, but that's about it.
You remember, I mean, I don't know about you. I do the same thing. And when the boys are growing up here in Waukee, Iowa, I used to just take them driving around town, because people started building basketball courts, swimming pools, tennis courts, all those things in their backyards.
Mm-hmm.
But what started to happen was AAU.
Oh, yeah.
Because now, well, you remember back in our days, AAU was you had to play with your school team first. You had to perfect those skill sets and beat the team that around your city and then in your state to eventually go to AAU.
Yeah.
Well, now you could be coaching a team. I could have my son on a team and be like, man, that Ricky dude don't know what he doing. My son. You know what?
Right.
I'm gonna start a football league now. I'm gonna start a football team, and we're gonna just travel. We ain't gonna play around here in Nebraska and Omaha. We just gonna travel. And that's what they're doing with basketball, with baseball, and now with football. They're taking these kids, and these kids are playing all these games on the weekends, on the weekdays, on weeknights. And so it's no longer community growth anymore because
Right.
now they're just parents are able to just spend the money and the kids just get on a team and they go and play AAU basketball. They look good. They might not play good, but they sure look good when they get out there.
You sure right. I mean, it's funny you say that too, because I'm sitting there thinking as you were saying that. I know a lot of, and like I said, I know it's a change in times. I'm not trying to ask people to live in my upbringing times. I think it's important that if you are able to do that, that's great. But everybody's not able to afford the AAUs and stuff. I mean, those traveling teams. I mean, you got to have a financial base to where you're able to afford that. And I think a lot of times some kids, especially low income, they have a hard time getting on these traveling AAU teams because they don't have the funding.
Well, and that's where now, if you have a big donor, you got some big pocketbooks. Now you got NIL.
Yeah,
so NIL is something that we only wish we would have had back in the days. I ain't saying nothing about no brown paper bags, but they no longer that underneath the table. Now it's above the table.
Right.
So now you having kids, and it's that the NIL is down to the high school level now. And now these kids are getting big, huge Nike contracts. That's something that was unthought about, unthinkable when we played ball.
Right.
NCAA is like, oh, no.
Yep,
and now it's all the way down to that level. And I got kids sending me, Mr. Allen, can you buy my outfits that I'm promoting for NIL? And I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, you're in high school, young man. What do you know about you? Do you even know the value of $1? Can you even understand where you're going in this life? And now they're making all this money in high school and then in college. So what's the use of even going to the next level, to the NFL or NBA or Major League Baseball, if I'm making all this money at the lower level?
Yeah. If you're smart with it, there's no need.
There's no need.
I mean, from what I can see, I mean, like I said, I'm on the outside looking in, but some of these NIL deals I've heard of, I mean, in 4 years, if you're able to stay in college 4 years, you can pretty much come out of college pretty financially secure.
Absolutely.
And if you're business smart and get your education, you might can put together a business that may be long-term more profitable than playing professional sports.
I look at my kids, to be honest with you, when you say that, they didn't get the benefit of doing that. Neither did I get that benefit. But what they have done with their lives to have the skill sets to do things, to think about things, to understand things that this little biscuit head, peanut head kid, 6'2", 180 some pounds, soaking wet, going to college, didn't understand anything, to be the first in my family to graduate from college. Then I go off to get 2 other degrees after that. Then I get all these other certifications. And so I got all these things, but yet that value of understanding money.
Yes.
I didn't understand that at that age. And now we have all these young men and young women, they're becoming financially stable just from the value dollars coming to their hands,
right,
on a yearly basis. And it's just, I hope and pray that these young people are getting wise counsel to be able to help them understand what direction to go and what to do with that money and how to protect themselves. So when that game and those lights go out at the end of the day, that they have something to fall back on and not be out here living on the streets and homeless and all the different things because they've spent all the money thinking that that's going to be forever. Because like I will tell my kids and everyone else, the NFL stands for not for long. And so you ain't going to be there long. So you better do something to be able to keep that money, to invest that money, to take care of yourself later on in the future. Because the posse is going to be there when the lights is on. When the lights go out.
Yeah, they gonna come for it. Hey, look, we got to take one more break. and then we're going to come back and wrap the show up. Don't you go anywhere. It's the 93.7 The Ticket. It's to get you happy on out.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years. Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
That's okay. We got about 5 minutes left, and just want to know before I forget, Andre, is there anybody you want to give shout outs to?
Hey, I give a shout out to the woman who always takes care of me around here, and the 3 boys, my 2 lovely daughter-in-laws, and my granddaughter and my granddaughter to be. I always give a shout out to mama too, baby.
There you go. There you go. And I hope they listening, man, because I really appreciate all the people that take time out of their busy schedules to watch the show, and to listen in, because basically this show is based on really just trying to encourage people, and I just think it's important. So every week, that's the goal, to leave people, or at least set the tone for your upcoming week. Start your week off on a positive note. I just think that's really important. So big shout out to everybody, man. I got to give a shout out myself to, I call him Lovelace. He's known as Frick, and I'm Frack. Mr. Mike Rozier, man. Today is his birthday. So big shout out to Mike Rozier, man. I mean, that's been a brother, man, since we were teenagers, and that's been a long time ago. So very proud of that young man, and I got a chance to talk with him earlier today before the show, and he's having fun. He's out there in New Jersey doing what he does. But yeah, I just didn't want the day to pass by without giving him some love, and I got to give another shout out to, and I've did it before, but I'm just so proud of Roger Craig, man, for getting in the Hall of Fame. I just think it was something that was long overdue, but I always say it's better late than never.
Yes, indeed.
So very, very proud of him. And I guess I just got to give a shout out to all the positive people out there.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is very important. Positive people, even if you don't feel like you're being acknowledged, just know that I acknowledge you and I really appreciate you, and just keep being positive. I know there's a lot of stuff going on that we can't control. I get it. I'm not naive, like I said, but I just want to give people, encouragement to stay positive, man. It may sound cliche-ish, it may sound like it's not important, but it really is, because negativity is, it's going to get the credit that it gets, but positive deserves more, and I'm going to keep doing my best to try to make sure that I keep putting out positive things. Now, Andre, I got one final question I got to ask you before I let you go, man. I got to know, when Andre Allen finally gets a little downtime, how does Andre Allen get his happy on?
Hey, brother, I like to sing in the shower. I like to sing in the bathroom.
That's all good. Well, hey, man, thanks again for being on the show.
Yeah, brother.
And I just know, man, that I appreciate you, and I got love for you, man. And
Nothing but love for you, my brother.
hey, I'm going to wrap the show the same way I do every week. Every day you blessed to say it's just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on.
Down now.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no names. Plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with